The verdict is in. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him, has faced the music as his sentence has come in last week for about 4 months and change, or 50 weeks in prison. So following up, we just wanted to add our 2 cents to the news that's going on about Cassie Ventura, 50 Cent, and more react to Diddy's sentencing. Let's take a look. So disgraced Bad Boy Records founder Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to more than 4 years in federal prison on Friday, and with credit for time served. He's been locked up since last September, sparking mixed reactions from the survivors of his abuse as well legal experts and advocacy groups. Combs was convicted in July on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and a charge that carried a maximum sentence of 10 years per count. He was acquitted on the more serious racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges, for which he could have faced life in prison. The months-long high-profile trial in Manhattan federal court featured no shortage of testimony from women, most notably from R&B singer Cassie Ventura, who described being beaten, threatened, sexually assaulted, and blackmailed by Combs. Many of the women they specifically recall the rapper's notorious freak-offs, day-long sexual marathons that allegedly involved degrading and physically abusive acts that were often recorded. So on Friday, Judge Aaron Subramanian handed Diddy a 50-month prison term and a $500,000 fine. It marked a middle ground between prosecutors' request of at least 11 years and the defense asking for no more than 14 months behind bars. Combs has been locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, for nearly 13 months, meaning he'd essentially walked free if the judge agreed with his side. This safe compromise of 50 months was not the triumphant exoneration that Combs demanded, but nor was the compensation for the innocent verdicts the prosecution had hoped for, said Dr. Ann Oliveras, co-founder of the law firm McAllister Oliveras. Oliveras also went on to acknowledge Ventura, the first person to formally come forward with her allegations against Combs in 2023 in a statement released through her lawyer, Doug Wigdor. Ventura on Friday also reacted to Diddy's sentencing. So, while nothing can undo the trauma caused by Combs, the sentence imposed today recognizes the impact of the serious offenses he committed, Wigdor said. We are confident that with the support of her family and her friends, Ms. Ventura will continue healing, knowing that her bravery and fortitude have been an inspiration to so many. She formerly said that she's very worried that if he walks, he will retaliate and her life would be in danger, and she's very afraid. Who wouldn't be? Singer Aubrey O'Day similarly waded into the discussion with a warning to young and aspiring individuals pursuing their dreams. Her band, Danny DeCane, was formed on Combs' MTV reality show Making the Band, we all remember that, and signed to his Bad Boy Records label. He was a bad boy after all. The proof was in the pudding. O'Day has long spoken out about her negative experiences with Diddy, saying her ex-mentor exerted control over her appearance and made unwanted sexual comments towards her. Her refusal to give in to his pressure led to her being fired from the band, she claims. Too often those who misuse their power, even when exposed, face far fewer consequences than the harm inflicted upon their victims, she wrote on X following the sentence. Protect yourself at the first sign of coercion or impropriety. If something feels wrong, trust your instinct to remove yourself from the situation. Your well-being is worth more than any opportunity, end quote. Today's sentencing reflects what survivors of sexual violence have long known. Sean Diddy Combs is a serial sexual predator and abuser who exploited women and men alike, said Nicole Regalado, its vice president of campaigns. We will fight for a future in which our culture refuses to Lion-eye sexual predators. Our legal system consistently delivers justice to survivors, and where survivors are never alone and can truly heal, she said. Rapper Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who we've all been waiting for him to chime in, as we knew he was going to do a documentary on Netflix called Diddy Do It? He's taken much joy in the downfall of his rival. Meanwhile, used Diddy's sentencing to troll his longtime adversary. To whoever was booking Diddy for a speaking engagement, I heard he won't be able to make it. I'm available, 50 wrote on X, referencing a gig Diddy booked in Miami next week, seemingly confident that he'd walk free.